So fairly recently, I found this bootable operating system that has been 100% fully vibe coded using AI. I want to try and boot it into a virtual machine and just check it out, how does it look like. But first I want to check out the documentation, how to actually do that. Vibe OS, world's first vibe-coded AI operating system. So this is approximately how it looks like. It kind of has that macOS layout, basically. And this one also has support for ARM64 and x64 architecture. So that's great, because I have an Apple Silicon MacBook. And some of the features that this has is a file manager, there's a terminal, there's an email.
Mac OS X public beta 8 Laos demo footage.
Basically,
Status, completely found.
Enough of talking.
Time, footage. Era, Spring 2001. Creator, William Alexander. The 8 Laos demo footage refers to a series of promotional videos and internal Apple demonstrations of the Mac OS X public beta, codenamed Kodiak, but unofficially referred to internally as 8 Laos, after one of the Great River gods. While Apple officially released numerous promotional materials showcasing the operating system, a set of more informal, in-house demos, particularly one featuring a deep dive into the system's core technologies and a playful introduction to the new Aqua interface, remained elusive for many years. These videos, often circulated on now-debunked FTP servers and shared peer-to-peer during the early 2000s, offered a glimpse into the development process and a more candid view of the operating system than the polished marketing materials. Synopsis. The 8 Laos demo footage consists of several distinct segments, each focusing on different aspects of the Mac OS X public beta. The most sought-after segment, believed to be approximately 45 minutes long, showcases a presentation given by a then unknown Apple engineer, referred to only as Bill in the internal documentation. This presentation provides a detailed overview of the underlying technologies of Mac OS X, including the Mach kernel, BSD Unix foundations, and the Carbon and Cocoa APIs. It delves into the preemptive multitasking and protected memory features, highlighting their advantages over the classic Mac OS 9. The footage also includes live demonstrations of running classic Mac OS applications in the classic environment and the performance improvements compared to running natively. Another segment, lasting around 15 minutes, is a more light-hearted introduction to the Aqua user interface. This segment features several Apple designers playfully interacting with the UI elements, showcasing the new dock, the translucent menu bar, and the animated window resizing. The designers provide humorous commentary on the design choices and demonstrate the customization options available to users. This segment notably included several UI elements that were later refined or removed in the final release of Mac OS X 10.0 Cheetah. Further segments, ranging from 5 to 10 minutes each, depict various Apple employees using the public beta in their daily workflows. These segments aim to demonstrate the stability and usability of the operating system in real-world scenarios. They showcase activities such as web browsing, email communication, document creation, and multimedia playback. One segment features a graphic designer using Adobe Photoshop, demonstrating the performance and compatibility of the software on the new operating system. These segments provide valuable insights into how Apple envisioned Mac OS X being used by its customers. The overarching theme of the footage is to convey the message that Mac OS X is a modern, powerful, and user-friendly operating system that represents the future of Macintosh computing. The footage highlights the key advantages of Mac OS X over its predecessor, while also reassuring users that their existing applications and workflows will be supported. Specs. As this is promotional footage and not a product, there are no technical specifications in the traditional sense. However, we can infer the specifications of the hardware and software used in the creation of the footage. Asterisk operating system asterisk Mac OS X public beta, Kodiak, built likely from early March 2001. Asterisk hardware asterisk Apple Power Macintosh G3 and G4 series computers. Specific models are not identifiable from the footage but were likely high-end configurations available at the time. This is evidenced by the smooth performance of graphically intensive tasks shown in the video. Asterisk video recording equipment. Asterisk professional grade video cameras and recording equipment likely used by Apple's internal marketing and training teams. Exact models are unknown, but would have been state-of-the-art for the early 2000s, probably digital Betacam. Asterisk video editing software. Asterisk Apple Final Cut Pro, likely version 1.x or 2.x. The footage shows subtle editing techniques consistent with the capabilities of Final Cut Pro at the time. Asterisk screen recording software. Asterisk possibly early versions of screen recording utilities such as Snaps Pro X or similar tools, used to capture on-screen demonstrations of the operating system. Asterisk video resolution. Asterisk the original footage was likely recorded in standard definition, SD, resolution, possibly 480i or 480p. Later digital copies may have been compressed or converted to other formats. The highest quality copies recovered are in 640x 480 resolution. Asterisk audio. Asterisk mono or stereo audio, likely recorded using professional microphones. Audio quality is generally clear and intelligible, with minimal background noise. Asterisk file format. Asterisk the original footage was likely stored on digital videotape or as uncompressed digital video files. Later digital copies were likely encoded in common video formats such as QuickTime, .mov, AVI, or MPEG. History and development. The creation of the A-Klaus demo footage was commissioned by Apple's marketing department in late 2000 and early 2001. Prior to the public release of the Mac OS X public beta. William Alexander, a mid-level marketing manager at Apple at the time, was assigned as the project lead, overseeing the planning, production, and distribution of the footage. The project's primary goal was to educate both internal Apple employees and external users about the features and benefits of Mac OS X. The internal demos were crucial for training Apple support staff and retail employees on the new operating system. The project was divided into several phases. The first phase involved identifying the key features of Mac OS X that needed to be highlighted. This included the Aqua interface, the underlying Unix architecture, the preemptive multitasking, and the compatibility with classic Mac OS applications. The second phase involved selecting the Apple employees who would participate in the footage. This included engineers, designers, and marketing staff, each chosen for their expertise and communication skills. The selection of Bill as the lead engineer presenter was a somewhat controversial decision, as he was relatively unknown within the company, but his deep technical knowledge and ability to explain complex concepts in a clear and concise manner ultimately won over the project team. The third phase involved filming and editing the footage. The filming took place at Apple's headquarters in Cupertino, California. The editing was done using Apple's own Final Cut Pro software. The project team experimented with different editing techniques and visual styles to create a polished and engaging presentation. Several versions of the footage were created, each tailored to different audiences and distribution channels. The fourth phase involved distributing the footage. The internal demos were distributed on CD-ROMs and made available on Apple's internal network. The external demos were distributed on Apple's website and through various media outlets. The A-Klaus footage, in particular, was leaked online shortly after the public beta's release, likely by an Apple employee or someone with access to the internal network. This leak significantly increased the visibility of the footage and contributed to the buzz surrounding Mac OS X. Several mirror sites and P2P networks hosted various versions of the footage. A particularly popular Russian mirror site, macosarchive.ru, disclaimer, likely fictional and may not resolve, was known for hosting near-complete copies. Over time, the A-Klaus footage became a valuable historical artifact, documenting the early stages of Mac OS X development. It provides a glimpse into Apple's internal culture and the challenges and triumphs of bringing a revolutionary operating system to market. William Alexander, though not widely known, played a significant role in shaping the public perception of Mac OS X through his work on the A-Klaus project. Following the success of the public beta launch, Alexander transitioned into a senior marketing role at Apple, contributing to subsequent OS X marketing campaigns. Availability. The 8 Laos demo footage, once considered lost media due to its fragmented distribution and the obsolescence of early 2000s online platforms, has since been completely found. The breakthrough came in late 2018 when a former Apple employee, working under the pseudonym Aqualover73 on a vintage Mac enthusiast forum, URL, https://vintagemacenthusiasts.org, disclaimer, likely fictional and may not resolve, uploaded a complete, unedited version of the 45-minute build presentation to a private FTP server. This server, accessible only to trusted members of the forum, quickly became a hub for sharing rare Mac OS X development materials. News of the discovery spread rapidly, and within weeks, multiple copies of the build presentation and other segments of the 8 Laos footage were circulating on public file-sharing networks. Several YouTube channels dedicated to Mac OS history have uploaded various versions of the footage. These versions vary in quality and completeness, but the majority of the key segments are now widely available. A particularly comprehensive version, combining the build presentation with the Aqua interface demo and several of the employee workflow segments, can be found on the Mac OS X Archaeology channel, URL, https://www.youtube.com/channel/UCMXNXN43SA87TQ5W1B3JAA, disclaimer, likely fictional and may not resolve. The Internet Archive also hosts multiple copies of the footage, including archival versions of the original QuickTime files. These versions can be downloaded for offline viewing and preservation. Additionally, several torrent trackers specialize in vintage software and media. These trackers often contain links to high-quality copies of the 8 Laos footage, as well as other rare Mac OS X development materials. Despite the complete discovery of the footage, questions remain about the identity of Bill, the Apple engineer who gave the detailed presentation. While some speculate that Bill was a pseudonym for a well-known Apple engineer like Avi Tavanian or Bertrand Serlet, no conclusive evidence has emerged to confirm this. The search for Bill and his contributions to Mac OS X development continues to be a topic of interest among Mac enthusiasts.
Okay, that was really dumb, but it honestly felt like the game knew I was gonna fall in lava. But that's not really important. What is important is that I lost all of my stuff. So I guess that means I have to credit for all of my stuff back. After rubbing it around for a bit, I finally got tired and decided to log off for the night. Alright, that's where I was. I just want to get this challenge done and over with. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. That was the dumbest mistake I have ever done. Oh, I think I regret doing what I just did. Oh my goodness. Why is it still filming? What? Yeah, for some reason the zombie pigment don't forgive you from kind. So out of frustration, I deleted the world and I gotta admit, it was very worth it. I mean, I got to spawn next to a desert temple and a village. This has got to be one of the best spawns yet. These villagers give me so much looters. After looting everything, I began searching for another wall. It was surprisingly good. I placed down all of my stuff and threw together some materials. While looking for iron, this happened. I'm not gonna lie, I almost fainted. My heart was beating rapidly. I was beginning to feel lightheaded. So what did I do? I fell asleep on my desk. Like, I'm not even joking. I was asleep for like 15 minutes long. Yeah, it wasn't really a big thing, but we were looking for more materials. Then when I came back to go to sleep, what the heck? Yeah, no, this game is trolling me way too much. I lost like half of my stuff, which absolutely sucked. But at least I somehow managed to keep the decent items, which is good. I still got like leftover. Ever seen Minecraft too well? After gathering all of my resources, what I do now? Oh my god! I finally built my own. What the hell? Wait, who is that? Wait, Found a wiki site. There it was. The entity, also known as Glitch or Error 422, may randomly appear next to you, applying the 3D animated filter, similar to an old 3D, and doing one of the two following actions. The entity may lock the controls, creating a camera, while screaming nonsense in the chat. After a moment of this, your game will crash and open a crash log that simply spells out Error 422 in red.
Windows 11 build 26212. Status: completely
I
found.
was terrified.
Type: software build demonstration. Era: Spring 2021. Creator: all operating systems. Windows 11 build 26212 was a YouTube video uploaded on May 3, 2021, by the channel All Operating Systems. The video showcased a purportedly early, pre-release build of Windows 11, several weeks before the official announcement and subsequent leaks of the operating system's existence. While Microsoft officially announced Windows 11 on June 24, 2021, and various leaks emerged prior to that date, the build 26212 video was notable for its claimed authenticity and relatively detailed look at the unreleased OS. The video sparked considerable debate within the tech community regarding its legitimacy, with some believing it to be a genuine leak and others dismissing it as a cleverly crafted fake. Ultimately, after the release of official Windows 11 previews, build 26212 was determined to be based on leaked internal builds of Windows 11 and not a fabrication, and a genuine early albeit unfinished build. Synopsis: the video opens with the Windows startup sound, noticeably different from the Windows 10 sound. The All Operating Systems logo appears briefly before transitioning to the desktop. The taskbar is immediately noticeable due to its centered icons and redesigned appearance, features that were heavily rumored and later confirmed in official Windows 11 previews. The video presenter navigates through the Start menu, showcasing its simplified design, rounded corners, and the absence of live tiles, another significant departure from Windows 10. The presenter also demonstrates the redesigned File Explorer, featuring a refreshed icon set and subtle visual changes to the user interface. Other areas explored include the Settings app, which maintains a similar structure to Windows 10 but with updated icons and a slightly modified layout. The presenter demonstrates several features, including the updated window snapping functionality, which offers new layout options for arranging windows on the screen. The video also briefly touches upon the integrated Microsoft Teams chat feature, a prominent addition to Windows 11. Throughout the video, the presenter offers brief commentary, highlighting the visual changes and performance improvements observed in the build. The entire video is recorded at a resolution of 1080p and is approximately 7 minutes and 34 seconds in length. The video concludes with the shutdown of the operating system, again featuring the new startup/shutdown sound. Specs: since the video demonstrates a software build, specification details pertain to the presumed hardware used to run the build and the video capture settings. Asterisk operating system asterisk Windows 11 build 26212 alleged. Asterisk processor asterisk presumed to be an Intel Core i7 series processor based on observed performance. Precise model unknown. Asterisk RAM asterisk presumed to be 16 GB of DDR4 RAM. Asterisk graphics card asterisk presumed to be an NVIDIA GeForce GTX or RTX series graphics card. Precise model unknown. Asterisk storage asterisk solid state drive SSD for faster boot and application loading times. Asterisk video resolution asterisk 1920 x 1080p. Asterisk video codec asterisk likely H.264 or H.265 HEVC. Asterisk audio codec asterisk AAC. Asterisk recording software asterisk presumed to be OBS Studio or similar screen recording software. Asterisk microphone asterisk appears to be a decent quality USB microphone. No specific make/model to be visually identified in video. The voiceover quality is clear with minimal background noise. Asterisk YouTube channel asterisk all operating systems.
Kind of.
History and development. The Windows 11 build 26,212 video emerged during a period of intense speculation surrounding the future of Windows. Microsoft had been publicly stating that Windows 10 would be the last version of Windows, focusing instead on feature updates. However, rumors began circulating in early 2021 about a significant visual overhaul and architectural changes to the operating system, internally codenamed Sun Valley. The All Operating Systems channel, a relatively small YouTube channel known for posting videos about various operating systems and software, uploaded the build 26,212 video on May 3, 2021. The video immediately garnered attention from tech news outlets and enthusiasts due to its seemingly detailed look at the rumored Windows 11. Various tech blogs and websites analyzed the video, comparing it to leaked screenshots and information that had surfaced online. Some pointed out inconsistencies or potential signs of fakery, while others argued in favor of its authenticity. One common point of contention was the build number itself. Microsoft typically uses a specific numbering scheme for internal builds, and build 26,212 didn't perfectly align with publicly known patterns. However, proponents of the video's authenticity suggested that Microsoft might have deliberately altered the build number to obfuscate its origin. Subsequent leaks of internal Windows 11 builds confirmed many of the features showcased in the All Operating Systems video, including the center taskbar, redesigned start menu, and updated File Explorer. After the official announcement of Windows 11 on June 24, 2021 and the release of Windows Insider Preview builds, the video was largely considered to be a legitimate early look at the operating system, based on genuine leaked internal builds, confirming that all operating systems had access to or was in possession of one of these early releases. However, the source of all operating systems' access to the leaked build remains unknown. The channel never publicly revealed how they obtained the software. Availability. The Windows 11 build 26,212 video was originally uploaded to the All Operating Systems YouTube channel, https://www.youtube.com/alloperatingsystems. Disclaimer, likely fictional and may not resolve. The video quickly gained traction and was widely shared across various online platforms, including tech forums, news websites, and social media. While the original video on the All Operating Systems channel remains publicly available, numerous mirrors and re-uploads of the video can be found on other YouTube channels and video sharing websites. A search on YouTube for Windows 11 build 26,212 will yield numerous results, although the quality and completeness of these re-uploads may vary. Additionally, screenshots and GIFs extracted from the video are commonly found in articles and forum discussions related to Windows 11. Due to the video's relatively high profile and its significance in the history of Windows 11 leaks, it is highly unlikely that it will disappear from the internet entirely. Internet Archive and other archival sites may also have preserved the video. Some tech blogs even created detailed breakdowns and analyses of the video content, further ensuring its accessibility and preservation. As of today, the original All Operating Systems video remains the most authoritative and complete source for viewing the Windows 11 build 26,212 demonstration. The video is readily available to anyone with internet access and a YouTube account.
In the potion room, there's also 2 bedrooms, and finally there's 2 secret rooms, one of which uses a lever located in the master bedroom to open. This room also contains another portal, and the last secret room has a lava bridge thingy. Finally, fish structures off how to have the basic recipe crafts I talked about earlier, and I don't know how Belgian thought 2 pistons were going to teach people how to use redstone. You see what I mean? Anyways, last but not least, I need to make the iconic Minecraft logo hovering above the castle. And for the finishing touch, I'm gonna add light blocks that I got from the last episode to make the sign glow without using torches. And that's the tutorial world complete. Now, before we move on to the next structure, I want to let you know that if you're watching this video within the first few months of me uploading it, you saw
Windows 7 build 7016 video.
Ever to hitting it,
Status, completely found.
Tug,
YouTube video.
Era,
Era,
Winter
Winter
2009.
2009. Creator, all operating systems. The Windows 7 Build 7016 video is a YouTube video uploaded by the user all operating systems on January 5, 2009, showcasing an early development build of Microsoft's Windows 7 operating system, specifically Build 7016. The video, while seemingly simple in its presentation, gained significant attention within the Windows enthusiast community and served as a valuable resource for understanding the evolution of Windows 7 from its beta stages to the final retail product. Its relatively early discovery and archiving have ensured its continued accessibility and relevance in discussions surrounding the history of Windows. Synopsis. The video is a screen recording, typically lasting around 5 to 8 minutes, featuring a virtual machine environment running Windows 7 Build 7016. The video commences with the system booting up, displaying the early Windows 7 logo and boot screen, which differed slightly from the final release. The narrator, presumed to be the channel owner all operating systems, provides a brief commentary, usually focusing on new or changed features compared to previous Windows versions or builds. Common features demonstrated include the updated taskbar with larger icons and pinned application support, the arrow peak functionality allowing a quick view of the desktop, and potentially the revamped Windows Explorer. The video often showcases the visual style, including the default wallpaper and window borders, highlighting the arrow glass effect, which was a prominent feature of Windows Vista and carried over into Windows 7. The user may also navigate through the Start menu, displaying pre-installed applications and demonstrating the improved search functionality. System information is typically accessed to confirm the build number and operating system version. The video often concludes with a brief overview of the system's performance and stability, though this varied depending on the hardware configuration of the virtual machine used. It's important to note that Build 7016, being a pre-release version, contains several bugs and unfinished features that were eventually addressed in later builds. The video provides a snapshot of Windows 7's development at a specific point in time, allowing viewers to witness the progress and refinements made by Microsoft leading up to the final release. History and development. Windows 7, codenamed Blackham and later Vienna, was intended to be a refined version of Windows Vista, addressing the performance issues and usability concerns that plagued its predecessor. Development of Windows 7 started in 2006. With Microsoft aiming for a more streamlined and user-friendly experience. Early builds, such as 6519, 6780, and 6801 were distributed to select testers and leaked onto the internet, giving enthusiasts early glimpses of the developing operating system. Build 7000, released in January 2009, marked a significant milestone as the first public beta release of Windows 7. Following closely behind, Build 7016, the subject of the video, was an internal build leaked online soon after Build 7000 became available. The All Operating Systems channel likely acquired a copy of the leaked build through file-sharing networks or from other enthusiasts. The decision to create and upload a video showcasing Build 7016 was driven by the widespread interest in Windows 7 and the desire to share information and insights with the broader audience. YouTube, at the time, was the primary platform for sharing such content, allowing enthusiasts to connect and discuss the latest developments in the operating system. The video's popularity likely contributed to the growing anticipation for Windows 7 and helped shape public perception of the operating system before its official release. The subsequent release of newer builds and eventually the final retail version of Windows 7 further cemented its position as a successful and well-regarded operating system, surpassing Vista in both performance and user satisfaction.
Now,
Microsoft officially released Windows 7 to manufacturing on July 22nd, 2009, and made it generally available to the public on October 22nd, 2009. Support for Windows 7 without extended security updates ended on January 14, 2020. However, extended security updates are still available through paid programs. Availability. The Windows 7 Build 7016 video uploaded by all operating systems is currently available on YouTube. While the original upload may have been subject to copyright claims or takedowns at some point, it has been re-uploaded by numerous other users and archived on various platforms dedicated to preserving older software and videos. A search for Windows 7 Build 7016 on YouTube will typically yield several results showcasing the same or similar content. Additionally, the video may be found on video archiving sites like archive.org. https://archive.org. Disclaimer: likely fictional and may not resolve, and similar platforms dedicated to preserving older content. The widespread availability of the video reflects its historical significance and the continued interest in Windows 7 among enthusiasts. The All Operating Systems channel itself may still exist, although its current content and activity are unknown. The video's metadata, including the upload date, title, and description, can be used to verify its authenticity and track its dissemination across different platforms. Copies of the video are likely also stored on hard drives and personal collections of Windows enthusiasts, ensuring its long-term preservation. The ubiquity of the video exemplifies the power of online communities in preserving and sharing software history and documentation. While the original source might be difficult to definitively ascertain, the content itself remains readily accessible to anyone interested in exploring the early development stages of Windows 7.
Well, kind of. You see, if I walked by through, it would take 80 straight in real life days. But if I took the nether, it would put that time by 8, since 1 block to the overworld is equal to 8 blocks to the nether, and that would make it take only 11 days. Also, that's not counting all the food I would have to prepare. And even though 11 days isn't that bad, there are way faster ways. For example, the fastest a normal horse can run is 14 blocks a second, and pairing it with the nether would make it take only 3 days. And the last normal method is using elytras, but that would require over 150 elytras and tens of thousands of rockets. And plus, there's a way faster way, so why even bother with that? So with that being said, let's move on to the final method. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been emphasizing the word normal a lot. And that's because this last mode of transportation is saying but normal. You see, there's this one April Fool's update called 3D Sharer, and this update was the fastest way of transportation in the game. You see, if I type how do you turn this on in the chat, a horse will appear, but not just any horse. This horse runs 126 blocks a second and can jump 34 blocks high, making it take only 8 hours to get to the world border, which I'm pretty sure is a lot less than 86 days. So with that being said, I need to use a program known as MCA Selector to transfer this bad boy to the main world. And now I'm just going to make a super fitting cave for it. Okay, I know it's ugly, but I'm running long funds, so there's nothing I can do. Anyways, with that out of the way, it's time to move on to... Okay, so now for this phase, I'm going to get the 100,000 plus materials. And luckily the material list only consists of 3 main blocks: stone, dirt, and coal. And I'm going to start with the coal. This is the one I need the least of. And since there's no way to farm it, I'm going to have to get it all manually. This is going to be so much fun. Okay, so I finally got all the coal, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Anyways, now that I'm done, I can move on to collect the 46,000 dirt. And guess what? There's no way to farm it! As you can imagine, collecting 46,000 dirt is no fun. It's literally you just going back and forth. But 4 hours later, I finished collecting all the dirt. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I would need to collect the 65,000 stone. But the only problem is, my ender chest is already full with all the other materials. So I'm going to get the materials for the stone farm, and then I'm going to make the farm at the world border. And now that I'm done, I'm just going to get a few more items, such as loads of food, beacons to speed the building process up, bone meal, and finally saplings to make the build look better. And now with all the preparation out of the way, it's time to move on to... Okay, so now that we're in the final phase, I just need to build the farmland, which means the 8-hour journey begins. So let's just start by going in a single direction, and it's actually insane how fast this horse is. So with that being said, I'm just going to go AFK and check back on every hour.
Windows 10 build 9860. YouTube video. Status. Completely found. Type. YouTube video. Era. October 2014. Creator. All operating systems. Windows 10 build 9860 was a preview build of the then upcoming Windows 10 operating system, released to Windows insiders on October 8, 2014. Shortly after its release, the YouTube channel All Operating Systems uploaded a video demonstrating the build's key features and changes. The video, titled simply Windows 10 Build 9860, quickly garnered attention from tech enthusiasts and Windows users alike. The video has been publicly available on YouTube since its original upload, and is considered completely found. Synopsis. The Windows 10 Build 9860 video by All Operating Systems is a straightforward showcase of the features introduced in this specific preview build of Windows 10. The video opens with a clear view of the Windows 10 desktop, highlighting the updated taskbar and start menu. The narrator, speaking in a calm and neutral tone, immediately draws attention to the new Action Center, a notification hub that aggregates system alerts and quick actions. He demonstrates how notifications appear and are dismissed, and showcases the quick action buttons for settings like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and screen brightness. The video then transitions to exploring the updated PC settings tab. The narrator navigates through the different sections, highlighting the improved organization and the inclusion of previously controlled panel exclusive settings. He shows off the search functionality within the settings app, emphasizing its speed and accuracy. A brief demonstration of the updated OneDrive integration follows, displaying how files are synced and accessed directly from File Explorer. Next, the video showcases the introduction of windowed modern apps. The narrator launches several pre-installed modern apps, such as the calculator and the store app, and demonstrates how they can now be resized and moved around the desktop like traditional Windows applications. This was a significant change from Windows 8, where modern apps were typically full screen only. The video then moves to a section demonstrating virtual desktops, a new feature in Windows 10. The narrator creates multiple virtual desktops and switches between them, showcasing how different applications can be organized across these virtual spaces. He highlights the ease of use and the potential for increased productivity. The Task View button on the taskbar, used to manage virtual desktops, is also prominently featured. Towards the end, the video touches upon some of the smaller changes and improvements in Build 9860, such as updated icons and visual tweaks. The narrator also briefly mentions the stability and performance of the build, noting that it is generally more stable than previous preview builds, but still contains some bugs and glitches. The video concludes with a call to action, encouraging viewers to provide feedback to Microsoft through the Windows Feedback app. The entire video is approximately 5 minutes long and provides a concise yet informative overview of the key features introduced in Windows 10 Build 9860. History and development. The YouTube channel All Operating Systems was created in early 2014, likely specifically to document and showcase various operating systems. Their content primarily consists
actually a lot more fun than I expected, as it was the first time I actually played in like 4 days. So with that being said, let's finish up the Farlands. Now I'm gonna go around adding grass so the dirt can turn into grass. Finally, I'm going to add trees, and I'm already out of saplings. Yeah, I'm not getting any more. So with that, I'm officially done with the Farlands, and they actually look insane. So with that wrapped up, I'm never coming here again since that trip took way too long. So with that being said, I just gotta walk all the way back home. So I'll see you in a couple days. Yeah, no. Remember that little thingy I made earlier? Yeah, so that was actually an enderpearl paper that will teleport me back to the real spot. So now my friend has to close the trap door. And just like that,
Windows 7 Build 6574. Status. Completely found.
Farlands, I just need to make the
Type.
final structure
Video.
that breaks the game.
Era.
This was more for
Spring
the
2008.
So with that being
Creator.
said, I'm
All operating systems.
the
Windows 7 build 6574 was a pre-beta build of Microsoft's Windows 7 operating system. While several early Windows 7 builds circulated online via torrents and file-sharing networks in the late 2000s, build 6574 remained relatively obscure. Its existence was primarily known through a handful of screenshots and forum posts until March 20, 2008, when the YouTube user All Operating Systems uploaded a roughly 8-minute video showcasing the build's features and installation process. This video, while low in resolution and lacking commentary, became a key resource for enthusiasts and historians documenting the evolution of Windows 7. The video was thought to be lost for several years, resurfacing in late 2022. Synopsis: the Windows 7 build 6574 video uploaded by All Operating Systems presents a visual overview of the operating system's functionality at that early stage. The video begins with the installation process on a virtual machine, likely VMware workstation based on the UI elements visible in the video. The user navigates through the standard Windows setup wizard, showcasing the partitioning options, language selection, and initial account creation. Upon completion of the installation, the video demonstrates the boot up sequence, displaying the then placeholder Windows 7 logo and boot screen. The user then explores the desktop environment, including the Start menu, taskbar, and the newly introduced Superbar, a significant redesign of the traditional Windows taskbar. Key features highlighted include the arrow key functionality, hovering over taskbar icons to preview open windows, jump lists, right-clicking taskbar icons to access frequently used files and folders, and the improved system tray. The video also demonstrates some of the pre-installed applications, such as Internet Explorer 8 Beta, also in its early stages, Windows Media Player, and the updated Paint application. The performance of the operating system is briefly shown, with the user opening and closing several applications to provide a general sense of responsiveness. The video concludes with a brief overview of the control panel and system information, displaying the build number and other technical details. History and development. The period surrounding the development of Windows 7 was marked by Microsoft's efforts to address criticisms levied against its predecessor, Windows Vista. Vista, released in 2007, was plagued by compatibility issues, performance problems, and negative user perception. Windows 7 was conceived as a more refined and streamlined operating system, focusing on improved performance, enhanced usability, and greater compatibility with existing hardware and software. Build 6574 represents a relatively early stage in this development process. Microsoft's internal milestones were not publicly disclosed in detail, but build numbers can provide a general indication of the timeline. Internal builds likely began in late 2007, with select builds being shared with key partners and testers. Build 6574 likely dates from late February or early March 2008, preceding the public beta release of Windows 7 in January 2009. The features showcased in the All Operating Systems video reflect Microsoft's initial design goals for Windows 7. The emphasis on the taskbar redesign, improved arrow effects, and enhanced performance was evident even in this early build. The video provides valuable insight into the evolution of these features, revealing how they were refined and iterated upon throughout the development process. All Operating Systems was a YouTube user primarily focused on uploading videos showcasing various beta and pre-release operating systems. Their channel, active from 2007 to 2012, contained demonstrations of early builds of Windows Vista, Windows 7, and even some lesser-known operating systems like React OS. The channel's video quality was typically low, with recordings often captured using screen recording software on underpowered hardware. However, the channel's content was appreciated by enthusiasts interested in the history of software development. Following 2012, the All Operating Systems channel went dormant, and all of its content became unavailable, giving rise to the mystery of the lost Windows 7 build 6574 video. Availability. The original YouTube video uploaded by all operating systems, titled Windows 7 build 6574, the original URL, if it had existed, would be something like https://www.youtube.com/watch?v example, likely fictional and may not resolve, was the primary source of this build's demonstration. For a long time, the video was considered lost, with no known archives or mirrors available. Many attempts were made to locate the video through the Wayback Machine, https://archive.org/web, but without success. The video was likely unlisted or removed by the user. Forum posts from the era mentioned the video, confirming its existence, but offering no direct links or copies. Some users claim to have downloaded the video at the time, but no one could produce a copy. In late 2022, a user on the Baited Archive forums, https://www.baitedarchive.com/forum, disclaimer, likely fictional and may not resolve, claimed to have found a backup of the all operating systems channel on an old hard drive. After verifying the authenticity of the files, the user uploaded the Windows 7 build 6574 video to the Internet Archive, https://archive.org. This re-upload made the video accessible again, allowing enthusiasts and researchers to study the early build of Windows 7. While the quality of the video remains poor, its historical significance is undeniable. As of late 2023, the Internet Archive version remains the only known available copy of the all operating systems Windows 7 build 6574 video.
Oh, and if you're wondering what Potion of Love does, it just gives you more luck when fishing or searching chests. Who would have thought? Anyways, next time something you get should be obtainable without commands. But after some extremely research, I figured out a way. But it requires me to go to 2014 dimension snapshot, get a few such as slabs, buttons, and filing dispensers. Then it helps with Skyber dimension again, and then find all 3 different types of plant blocks. Make the same setup I use on the barriers, and finally, if I transfer the chunks to the 100 time update, I'll be able to pick